My problem is I forgot where I put the knob, so I have to find that. I'll be finding it because I'll be cleaning here pretty soon. Welcome to another day at the Gospel V. Today's project really is one that I've been needing to do for a long time, but I didn't have the chance. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of where I am and what I'm doing. So this room, make it wider. This room is the last room in the house that we haven't done much to. And the reason is because it was pretty decent. Now, if you wonder about the blue wall, yes, I did that. Trying to test an old paint that I had, but I don't like it. Anyway, so the first thing I need to do is prep the room. Prepping the room, essentially for me at least, means removing all the plates. I'll have to remove this baseboard heater. I will actually remove all the plugs. Number one, I hate when they put them this way. I think of it as upside down. And I'm gonna take out all the shades, or the blinds I mean. And I'm also gonna remove the fan because I need to paint the entire room, including the ceiling. The reason I need to do that is because there is some work that I need to do, some repair work. There is definitely a lot of repair work that I need to do here. And I have found out that this room, every so often, it leaks. And I don't know where from 100%. I have been up in the attic trying to figure out, but if you look up here, it looks like the water is actually coming from behind the trim. You can see the water stains right there. It happens very rarely, but it does. And then here, there's very tiny bit of staining, but I have seen it leak from right back in there. But if you go up in the attic, there's no staining or anything. So it only happens when the wind blows really, really hard. And I'm kind of wondering if somehow it's coming in from a vent or something. It just so happens that it comes in. But this room was an addition to the house. This is the house, and that's the room that I'm working on. And it was added later. The house ended right here. And this was added, and as you can see, it's also empty underneath. And I have a feeling it might be coming in from right there on that one wall. I had to repair, and it's not the best looking repair, but I had to repair the soffit there. And so I'm wondering if it comes in through there and just drips down, or if it comes up from the top. Let me see if I can zoom in. As you can see, there is some paint there looking like it's peeling, and it makes me wonder if a seal has gone bad or caulking has gone bad. I had to replace up there too. But that was a different issue. It was my gutter had split and it was leaking from behind, and the previous people hadn't fixed it. And so by the time we got into it, they had just painted over it. And I ended up finding out later on, after the paint kind of peeled off about a year later, that there was an actual mess there. And so anyway, I repaired that. I had to do a lot of cutting and fixing inside, but it's actually better than before. But the biggest leak, and I'm not understanding why really, is in that window. That was the first window that I showed you from the inside. So I'll have to figure out where all of that goes, but I need to fix that, to figure that out and prep the room for painting. The room doesn't have much of anything else that needs to be done to it. It just needs to be prepped to be painted. But I do want to look again to make sure if there's any way for me to fix whatever issues exist with it. Okay, the tools I'm using are fairly standard. Flathead screwdriver to take all the plates off, needle nose pliers in case I need to pull some wiring out or whatever, and wire cutters. Now, I haven't turned off the power, so I'm not going to be removing any receptacles yet, but there is an old telephone line right here that I'm going to be cutting, and right next to it is an old TV cable plug or whatever you want to call it. So I'll be pulling all of those, and also I have a bunch of little nails, things that I can pull by hand, most of them, but in case I can't, that's why I have the needle nose and nails and that kind of thing. So I'm going to be pulling all of those here. It should be done pretty quickly. Next day, cup of coffee. Unfortunately, I have been interrupted a few times. I had to go help a friend with a project, which you will guys see in the near future. But let me show you where I am. Okay, so I started digging around the loose stuff just so I can, there's a little bit more to do. And I saw that there was a big crack right here. And I thought maybe they didn't put paper, but they did. But I think they didn't put enough nails because I'm not seeing almost any nails here. So I'm gonna dig around, try to pull out the old paper from all these loose spots here so I can start re-drywalling this section. And I have turned the power off on all of these so I can remove them and put new plugs, because like I said, I don't like the upside down ones. The one thing I don't like that they have done is they have really packed drywall compound in many of these, and I'm afraid that once I try to cut through it, chunks will fall off, and they didn't do a good job with the holes, and they're all over the place. So I think I will have to patch up a few things on it before I'm able to actually get to painting. So it's always like that, though. It's always, sorry, I was out of camera, but it's always like that small little things like this that then you have to mud, and then you have to wait 24 hours to then maybe mud a second time, and then wait another 24 hours and sand, and anyway, so on and so forth. So those things are the ones that take up a lot of the time. Now, one thing I do need to do though is, and that's one thing I have to figure out today, which shouldn't take too terribly long, but this baseboard heater I don't know where it goes to as far as what do you call power is concerned. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check for voltage on here, see where I can read voltage from. And I know I have, I think it's two, what do you call them? Breakers that they're for 220 and maybe 30 amps, or I don't remember, because I have that one and I have another baseboard heater, and they're the only ones that I haven't actually written down on my new diagram, because I didn't have to rewire those. They were later additions, so the wiring was actually pretty decent that was done. So I'm going to try to figure out which one is which, because again, I don't have absolutely everything mapped. I have all the 110s, I have the range, I have the water heater, I want to say, and I have the oh yeah, I know I have the water heater, and I have the AC condenser. So anyway, that's where I'm heading with this. So I'm going to be finding a lot so I can remove it. This is here is the line that goes down, and it connects to this, and then the rest of it is attached to the unit. So I've separated this one out so I can pull it through whenever I remove this, and it has this bolts or screws right in there, several of them. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Okay, quick update. I took off the baseboard heater, so I ended up cutting this piece out, and I had this piece, so I've cut all the notches for the electric box there and there. And I'm gonna go ahead and install and start mudding it, so hopefully in a couple of days I'll be able to start painting. But of course there are other things that I need to do for the painting before I get to that. Fixed up the wall, at least the first layer of the wall, and I'll wait for it to dry and then go back tomorrow and actually tape it, because all I did is fill in gaps. So I'll come back, tape it, and then over the next 2 or 3 days feather it out, make it disappear as much as possible. I also kind of forgot to do those 2 holes there. I will do them tomorrow as I'm doing part of this. And the next thing I need to do is take this thing out, because I'll be painting the ceiling also. After a second cup of coffee, took off all of the tape. The only thing I have remaining is the paper below, but before I take that out, since it's there, you know, it might offer a little bit extra protection for things. I need to take off these here in a second. And I need to start replacing the plugs. I mean, they are working, but I want them to be white. I don't want them to be that off-color, tan, dirty looking thing. So I got it all. And I'm just going to go ahead and start removing them and placing new ones. I am done with all of the plugs being installed. Anyway, I will need to put the baseboard and get all the switches too. So far looking really good. Next up is unwrapping this spray painted what do you call it, fan. So I'm going to be installing that. I did kind of forget to turn on the camera while I was installing it. A little bit of spray paint, good quality spray paint, and flipping the way to the outside. I put a little light with it, and it looks a bit more modern. So next thing I'll need to do, which most likely I'll do more, maybe today, who knows, is I'll have to put the base heater right there. The only thing left in this room is a bit of cleaning, and that's it. This room is officially done. So time for me to take a couple of good pictures, because we're going to be putting the house up for rent. And as soon as I get done with that, I need to clean a ton, because again, we're going to be renting, so we'll need to be getting rid of a lot of things in this house. So anyway.